Everybody getting on their feet right now. Folks, you can't tell how loud it is in this gym right now. The 5 players on the floor for Norristown trying to get each other fired up. They realize this is the most important 8 minutes of basketball they have played all season.
Without looking at the colors on the floor, Greg, whose gym are we in?
It's hard to tell. Both fans are screaming.
I think we're in Upper Dublin's gym.
Berge now. He'll give to Gervina underneath to Barlow. The jumper. Upper Dublin has their first lead of the night, 45-43. Green back the other way for 3. It won't go. Solomon battling underneath, and there's going to be a foul on him, but Damian Solomon, great hustle. He came off of the bench, and he provided a spark for this team. Maybe he's the one to get him going in this fourth quarter.
I know, and I'm not going to make a popular comment right here, but it's going to have to be said. These Norristown fans have become quite complacent. They have a team that has only lost 2 games this year. They never lost here at home, and right now, they're down by 2 points. The Norristown fans have come to expect this, and you can't expect this. This is District 1 playoffs. You don't win tonight, you go home. Would it be a real shame if Norristown did not make the state playoffs because they took a team like Upper Dublin not so seriously? I mean, they'd be talking about that well into the spring season, probably carrying all the way over into the fall season, that Norristown missed a golden opportunity here, and I would hate to be a part of that.
Solomon 1 of 2 from the line. Battle underneath, jump ball, possession arrow, Norristown. Good hustle there by Lee Fowler to get that ball back. Norristown's got to get the lead, and they've got to keep it right now. Eric Wiggins will check back into the game. He'll come in for Milan Dean.
I mean, I hate to bring up their spiritual leader here, and I don't even see him where he is. Nasir Fowler doesn't even seem to be in the house. He's usually the one psyching up these fans. He's not doing anything. Everyone's sitting on their hands waiting for the final buzzer.
Fowler, turnaround jumper. Norristown back up by 1. Good play right there from Lee Fowler. He's in double digits with 10 points. Mark Berge now handling the ball for Upper Dublin. Barlow wanting a foul. Wiggins had his hands all over Barlow on the way up the court. Some contact off of the ball. Eric Wiggins is going to get called for the foul. Boy, folks, it is getting physical on the floor right now. For Wiggins, his second of the night.
He ran right into Mark Berge and should have gotten called for the foul and did. He looked like, oh, well, I didn't do anything. Good Academy Award, Oscar nomination there, but Wiggins is battling 3 officials who knew that was a foul.
Barlow for 3, and it's good. Tom Barlow, 3 points for him, his second 3 of the night. Norristown back the other way. Wiggins feeds Green, and Green will take charge right now.
Take high percentage shots here, Norristown. Take high percentage shots, something you know you're going to make.
Green for 2. Marcus Green comes back and answers for Norristown.
6:35 left to go in somebody's season, as Maurice Allen pleading with Tom McGee to keep him in the game, as he's got his 4th foul now.
Coach McGee going to leave him in. That's senior leadership right there. He's got 4 fouls. He knows it. He knows he's got to play smart basketball now. Milan Dean will come off of the bench. But I agree. You got to leave your guy who, is going to say, let me take charge of this game. And Maurice Allen is going to try and do that right now for Norristown. Berkowitz for 3. Won't go. One of the first 3s that wouldn't go for them tonight.
Traveling. Tom Blackwell saw that one.
On Tom Barlow. Now, tie game. Norristown has a chance to take the lead right now. Maurice Allen will take a seat. Milan Dean into the game.
That's right, and Milan Dean needs to add a little bit of excitement here. I'll tell you what, Norristown needs to look for a good shot here and then come back on defense and seal the ball right as they have done all year. As Marcus Green takes it to hoop, it's not going to go. There you go. Not using that backboard again. Wiggins going to pick up his 4th foul, or his 3rd foul, and that's not good either. Hey, Coach McGee can't argue about officiating because Norristown's just not playing smart ball. They're taking a lot of gambles that aren't paying off, that may be paid off during the year but aren't paying off now, as McGee wants a 20-second timeout to discuss his future and the team's future. I'm sure he did not expect this team to be this good or his team to play this poorly. I know that he made some comments in the paper that Upper Dublin's playing really smart ball right now, but I'm sure that if you would have told him with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter that you were going to be tied with Upper Dublin in your first playoff game, he might have looked at me a little strange.
Well, and I have to say, if Upper Dublin loses this game tonight, guarantee you that they will always be in the minds of Norristown, as they were the team that gave Norristown a huge, huge run tonight. Who knows, folks? It's 48-48 now with 6 minutes left. This game could really go either way right now. Both teams kind of fighting to establish a position right now.
That's right. They held them to only a 13-point victory down at Upper Dublin for the first time they met this season, and they're holding them here.
Nowitzki for three. Won't go. Marcus Green, strong rebound there. Back the other way. Green feeds to Fowler. He is grabbed right there by Berge. For Berge, his second of the night, and Lee Fowler will go to the basket.
All right, now earlier in the game I said free throws weren't important. I take that back. These are very important. Every single shot taken by Norristown, whether it be a free throw, a layup, or a three-pointer, is deadly important because it could make or break your future.
Let's talk about it for a second right here. We've seen Norristown, any fast break they've gotten tonight, Upper Dublin is a very smart team with their fouls. They know when to foul, and Lee Fowler had an easy two right there. Mark Berge only had one foul before that play. He fouls him, he gets two fouls right there, makes Lee Fowler do the work, and now he misses the first one. It's still a tie game.
Yeah, and they know who to foul because they know Lee Fowler is not a terrific free throw shooter. He is probably shooting 50% tonight, and he just didn't help his average there as Milan Dean tries to rip the rebound down. It will belong to Upper Dublin. There's going to be a foul here. Tom Blackwell's going to call a foul. Yes, he is. Although, I'm sorry, maybe there will be a timeout. Jeremy Berkowitz, I guess, called a timeout for Upper Dublin as the score is tied 48-48. 5:31 left in the fourth quarter and possibly in Norristown's season.
Right now, the five on the floor for Norristown will be Weldon, Solomon, Wiggins, Green, and Dean on the floor. Tom Barlow will bring the ball up the court right now for Upper Dublin. Folks, if you're just joining us, you are seeing a great one. 48-48. 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Barlow drives to the basket. He is fouled by Wiggins. On Wiggins, that is number 4.
That's right, you got Maurice Allen with 4 fouls and Eric Wiggins with 4 fouls. And I believe we talked about it in the last game. We played Wissahickon, and we said, and Jason was here, and John Price was here, another one of our staff members, and we said that we needed to get more and more people off the bench because in district playoffs, the referees are calling a tighter game, and you're going to have people getting in foul trouble, and that's just what we have right here. Wiggins has 4 fouls. Maurice Allen has 4 fouls. You've got Marcus Green with 3 fouls, and Lee Fowler, who's just coming back in the game, he has 2 fouls. And these are 4 players who normally don't get into foul trouble, but because we're stepping up a little bit, the referees are stepping it up a little bit, they're going to call a tighter game.
Barlow 0 of 2 from the line. Big for Norristown right there.
Yeah, 2 big free throws there for Barlow. He needed to make 1 to give him a lead, but missing 2 hurts big time.
Green to Fowler, jumper. That's got to go down if Norristown's going to win this game. It wouldn't go for him. Errant pass right there from Barlow. A couple of sloppy plays from Barlow in the last 30 seconds. Norristown's got to take advantage of this.
I totally agree, Greg. I'll tell you, this game could get away with it very quickly if Upper Dublin capitalizes on every Norristown error, and it could go the other way too. I'm not taking Norristown down already for the count as Marcus Green drains a 3.
So Marcus Green, he has been stopped on many penetrations to the basket tonight, but he gets a 3-pointer to go, and he will do anything to get Norristown into the next round. They are up by 3 points now. The collapse underneath. They're going to get a reach in or a push from behind or something. There were 3 players underneath there.
Solomon's going to be called for the foul, I think. No, it's going to be Lee Fowler, and that'll be his third foul. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the game, or left in regulation, I should say, as we're have a pretty close game here. And Brian Nowitzki will go to the free throw line. And Nowitzki now into double figures with 10 points.
Brian Nowitzki trying to bring this game to within 1 point, and he does. 11 for him. And back the other way comes Norristown. Green off the dribble. Welvin saves it, and we'll start it back up for Norristown. Dean, the crossover, he gets grabbed from behind, and it goes. They're going to get called intentional foul too.
That brings the crowd to its feet. An intentional foul means that they will not only, the basket does not count. The basket does not count. Tom Blackwell's calling off the basket. I don't know about that. It was an intentional foul, and I'll tell you why it was an intentional foul, because Upper Dublin grabbed the uniform of Milan Dean as he drove the basket. That's an intentional foul. You're definitely not going for the basketball. Tom Blackwell, I'll tell you, he's a veteran official. He knows exactly what he's doing. They called off the basket, and Coach McGee, no slouch himself. He's been around for a very long time in high school basketball. He knows the rules in and out, and Tom Blackwell is explaining to him that the foul was before the shot and that the basket will not count. However, Milan Dean will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, and then the bonus is Norristown will get possession of the ball, and at this point in the game, that's exactly what Norristown needs.
If they play their cards right, that's actually more beneficial than a 3-point play from Milan Dean. They could get 4 or 5 points out of this. That would really help Norristown right now and put them up by 6 points in a couple of possessions, but Dean cannot get the first one to go. That hurts Norristown right there. He's got to make the second one, so at least if Norristown gets the ball back, they can make it a 2-possession game.
Just goes to show we can talk and talk all we like, but the players on the court are making their own destiny as Milan Dean makes the second one. Now the ball will belong to Norristown with a 2-point lead and just over 4 minutes to play in the game.
So Berkowitz gets called for the foul. That's his third. He was the one who committed the intentional foul. Now Marcus Green. He'll pull up for 3, and it's good! Marcus Green, another 3-pointer. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. He has gotten this crowd on its feet.
Momentarily, they're back sitting down, though. This is Norristown, though. You know that Norristown.
Look at the hustle from Marcus Green. He gets the ball to Dean. The layup won't go. Fowler, the tip. Lee Fowler.
That's the biggest basket of Fowler's career so far. He knew he had to get right in there. Milan Dean missed an easy layup. Fowler tipped it right back in, used all 6'8" or 6'7" of his height to tap it back in and make Milan Dean look okay. And Norristown looks really good right now, building up a 7-point lead with just over 3:40 to go in Upper Dublin season.
Neil, I have 2 words for you. Marcus Green. He made every single thing that happened right there within that last minute and a half. He made it happen. He hit the 3 down on this end. He made the steal over here that got the ball to Dean. He did everything to get that lead up to 7 from 1 point.
And to complement Marcus Green, you have people like Milan Dean, who I call Mr. Excitement, who had the peace of mind to know that Marcus Green was going to get there. He got the ball, hustled down the court, and pulled all the defenders towards him because they knew that Milan Dean could do it as the Norristown fans respond. And Fowler was sitting there all by himself, an easy 6'6" guy to jump up and tap the ball in. As now this gym has come alive. Norristown fans are now off their duff, and Upper Dublin fans know that this game's not over. A couple 3-pointers and they're right back in it.
Folks, if you have a headache, this is not the aspirin to cure it right now. It is loud in this gym. There are some teams, 2 bunches of fans who are proud of their teams. Green is going to go all the way. The alley-oop to Dean, and it won't go. Not what Norristown needed right now. That is a very, very, very bad play from Norristown.
And Tom McGee is pointing to his head. He's not thinking. I was just about to say, go strong to the basket, Marcus. And he tried a little loopsy-daisy play to alley-oop Milan Dean. And I'm telling you what, those 2 points may come back to haunt you And I'm telling you what, if Tom McGee has any fortitude right now, he takes Green and Dean and sits them on the bench and says, this is not the NBA. This is not the final game of the playoffs. You come and sit and think about what you're doing. But I don't see him doing that. I don't see him doing that. I thought Tom McGee had more integrity than that. And I'm sure he'll listen to this broadcast and he'll think, what's Neil Schaefer saying? But I'm telling you right now, you've got to make a statement to these players that this game is everything. You can't be hot dogging it down the stretch. I don't care if you have a 7-point lead.
And it doesn't hurt Norristown right now as they missed the 1-and-1 back on the other end. But later in the game, you do that against Harrisburg, you do that against Newcastle, they hit both of those free throws, it's a 5-point game, all of a sudden, boom, they have momentum back once again.
Greg, we don't even need to get out of the District 1 playoffs. You do it against Westchester East, or you do it against Coatesville or Attleboro Worship, they're going to bury you with that kind of stuff. You do not hot dog it with 3 minutes left in the game. You make sure that you get as many points on that board as possible, and you bury Upper Dublin now. You worry about that stuff in the last 10 seconds when there's no shot of Upper Dublin coming back. But they've got people like Barlow and Nowitzki and Dinopoli, who's sitting on the bench now, or Jeremy Bergwitz, who can easily drain a three-pointer and put you right back in this game. Totally uncalled for that Green Dean little display there.
Marcus Green, 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 14 tonight for Norristown. Upper Dublin down by 9 very quickly. They've got to hurry to try and get back in this game. They do have time, though. As long as they stay calm, they can get right back in this game with a couple of three-pointers. Nowitzki now, he'll take the jumper, won't go. Dinopoli battling, he tips it to Berkowitz. Back outside, Barlow for 3. And back the other way comes Norristown, 4-1 if they hurry. To Dean, he misses the layup. Lee Fowler once again, that's about the 3rd or 4th basket he's gotten tonight with that follow right there. Smart play from Lee Fowler tonight. He is playing well on the offensive end.
Don't complain, don't complain, take the foul, sit on your hands, close your mouth, go about your business, Marcus Green. I think you have more class than this. Let the fans argue the call. You know you're not going to change the referee's mind. I'll tell you what, they're probably jealous. They're probably jealous of Marcus Green because he's got stripes on his socks better than Kelly and Blackwell and Masick. They've got better stripes. Marcus Green has run off to the training room. Looks like he has a cut on his arm, but he should just take the foul and just be happy with it. Just be happy he is still in the game. I think he could have been called on a couple other steals as well. I know I'm being very critical of this game, Greg, and you're probably saying, geez, you're not making too many friends on the basketball team. But I'm telling you, I've watched enough basketball games, and I think you have too, to know that in a game like this, you have to play flawless basketball. This is not the NBA. This is not a game where you can fool around and tomorrow will make up for it. There is no tomorrow. You've got to play 100% pure, good basketball. And I'm sure our predecessors, Jim Nelson and Frank Winkle, would probably say the same thing. And that's one of the reasons they stopped commentating, because it became a hot dog show. And you look up on the walls, we have a lot of Suburban 1 championship banners here, a lot of victories. The last District 1 basketball title we have is 1989. It's been a long time. So let's make sure that we get close to that title by playing sound basketball. Enough of my soapbox. I'll give it back to you, Greg.
And I absolutely agree with you. I just want everybody to know that we're not commentating on people's styles. People's styles are their own styles, and you cannot take away somebody's style, and that is fine. But this is a Norristown team with too much talent to watch them play bad basketball that will hurt them later on, and it will hurt them later on. If they play the way they did tonight against another team in this District 1, they are not going to make it real far, as Fowler gets called for the foul right there on the reach-in.
Yeah, I'm sure people are going to sit back in their living rooms and say, well, that Schaefer doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at the scoreboard. They're up by 9, and probably the final score will tell the same story. But I'm telling you, this is nothing compared to what you're going to see when you get to that March 2nd round or that March 5th round when you're in the Final 4 or the Final 2 of the districts, and let alone the state playoffs. The state playoffs, they step it up a whole nother level.
Mike Dinopoli gets a great round of applause as he comes off the court. He had 8 points tonight. He may not look like the best player in the box score tomorrow, but he is the guy that really provided the spark for this Upper Dublin team tonight, and he really kept them in this game tonight.
That's right. Lee Fowler misses the front end of a 2 free throw opportunity. And he could have a lot more points. He probably could have 20 points if he would have made all his free throws, or even half his free throws.
Makes 1 of 2. We're talking like Upper Dublin's out of this game. It's 10 points, and with some of their three-point threats, they may still have a chance to get back into this game. They do have to hurry a little bit now, though.
That's right, and they can't throw the ball away like this.
Gravina comes up with the ball now. Nowitzki on the crossover. He lost it. Underneath to Barlow, off glass, and it's good. Strong move right there from Tom Barlow.
Upper Dublin's got to press, but that would be a silly thing to do because pressing Norristown is like the kiss of death. They're going to break that press very easily. Berkowitz on Allen and Wiggins right at the center court line.
Nowitzki going to get called for the foul. Maybe smart there. Both teams are in the bonus right now. Both teams will be shooting 2 from now on. 2 for Brian Nowitzki. Eric Wiggins to the line to shoot 2. It's going to start to slow down a little bit as Upper Dublin will probably start to foul. There's no shot clock in high school basketball, so no real opportunity for Upper Dublin to, just wait out a couple of possessions. They've got to strike, and they've got to strike now. If Eric Wiggins keeps doing that for the rest of the game, though, Norristown will move on.
Green comes back into the game after he had a problem there, it looks like on his finger. Milan Dean takes a seat. Milan Dean played a pretty good game, although he only has 4 points to show for it. He did add excitement to his squad.
Wiggins 1 of 2 now. Up to Berge. Finds Nowitzki. No challenge there. Nowitzki just missed the layup. It goes to Berkowitz. We're going to get a hold right there on Brad Welton. For Welton, number 2, and Berkowitz will go to the line. Some of the fans wanting an intentional foul as Berkowitz had a free lane to the hole.
Yeah, that's right. And some of the Norristown fans didn't see that, but they were out of range, or they didn't have a good perspective on it. It was a definite foul on Brad Weldon. As Marcus Green will do a little equipment change here for the Norristown gym. Keeps the basket down, making sure that his next basket will go swishing through that basket. And Jeremy Berkowitz will go to the line for the Cardinals. 1:24 left in this ball game. 63-54. Norristown with a semi-comfortable 9-point lead. Now 8 points as Berkowitz drains the first one.
Jeremy Berkowitz now in double digits with 10 points. A chance to make it 11. 2 of 2 for Berkowitz. Milan Dean will come back into the game. Checking in for number 54, Lee Fowler. So Norristown definitely getting Lee Fowler off of the court as they know Upper Dublin's going to foul from now on. Get him off the court. He is not your best free throw shooter. Put some guys who can shoot onto the floor.
One of them is right now, has the ball, number 31. He can shoot the ball.
And a jump ball. Possession arrow going to Upper Dublin. Good hustle right there on the double team of Wiggins. Wiggins with a little smile on his face. He may have been fouled there, but good hustle anyway. It's a
Lee Fowler will come back in as Milan Dean leaves the ball. We're playing a little offense-defense now. Coach McGee smartly does that.
North Dublin with a chance to get it within 4 points right now if they play their cards right. Barlow off the pick. He finds Berkowitz. Once again to Barlow.
No penetration allowed by this Norristown defense, and they're not even allowing him to get off a shot as Berkowitz puts up an errant shot. There's Berge for the rebound. It's no good. Over the top is going to be called against number 15, Tom Barlow. Hard fought rebound there, but it's not going to be any good because he was over the back of Maurice Allen.
Upper Dublin got a couple of looks there, but nothing really good. Norristown turning up to defense on that last play. Berkowitz's shot was off balance, and Berge took his shot with a hand in his face the whole time.
Yep, Maurice Allen has a chance here to increase the lead, move it towards double digits. They're up by 7 now. He can move it up to 8 or 9 with some free throws, and that might just put it out of reach with 48 seconds. And no, he's going to leave it at 7. It sort of puts it out of reach because although they do have some three-point threats, Norristown also has a lot of speed, and they'll easily get it up court and be in the same situation they are now. They'll probably be fouled in the free throws. At least if you bury one of the two, you have a shot.
Allen 1 of 2 now. Barlow back up the other way. He'll take a 3, and it's good. Tom Barlow, 3 points right there. A timeout quickly called by Coach Jeff Huddleston. Smart play right there, and it's a 5-point lead with 39.7 left. Anything can happen in District 1 playoffs. It's 5 points. It's probably not going to happen, but hey, you know, it's worth sticking around.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if I was Coach McGee, I would get all my free throw shooters out on the floor right now, and one of those would be Eric Wiggins, although he has 4 fouls. I'd also put Brad Weldon and the Green and Allen team out there, and maybe I'd bring somebody else off the bench to complement that free throw shooting squad. Somebody like Danny Evans. Yeah, that's a good point there, Greg. Danny Evans is good from the free throw line, because right now it's going to happen that no matter what defense you put out there for Norristown, their offense is going to be the key, and who can make the free throws, because you know Upper Dublin's going to foul you. And if you play smart, you can just make one of those free throws, and there's no way that Upper Dublin will be able to catch you. And McGee does something just like that. He puts Milan Dean out there. He's not bad from the free throw line, and Weldon, Wiggins, Allen, and Green, and Danny Evans, I'm sure, would like to see some more action tonight.
Wiggins now running the baseline to try and get the ball in. He gets it to Allen. Berkowitz can't foul him.
The foul's going to be on 22, Vince Gravina.
Finally, Gravina caught up to Allen. So now Allen will go to the line. Gravina commits his 3rd of the game. Now more foul shots for Norristown.
Once again, we want to thank our fine production staff tonight. We have Carl Baker and Carl Moore, the Carl Squared up there, doing our camera work, and of course Garrett Hickman for a fine setup job. Our producer tonight is Cheryl Emerson, and plus the whole NASD TV staff, Tony Coy, Director of Communications, Sam Galbraith, our editor. And of course, Greg, this is probably our final game because as we move into neutral sites, we're going to have trouble getting into places like Cheltenham and Coatesville to set up. So it's been a great season. Norristown really showing that they have what it takes to go far in this district playoffs as well as the state playoffs. As Fowler puts an exclamation point on a great night for him, probably a career high 17 points. And, ooh, this is not good. I haven't seen this, but Wiggins is down the floor gripping his knee as our athletic trainer Dennis Flynn runs to the court. As I was saying, this has been a great season for Norristown. Hopefully they can go far here in the district playoffs and in the state playoffs to come. And it's been great to see them. It's been real fun to commentate these games. Seeing a lot of excitement like we are here in the last 2 minutes.
At the conclusion of the game.
And also it's been fun to do the girls' games because they came along at the end of the season and really turned it on. They made it into the district playoffs. However, they fell to Downingtown, a tough Downingtown team, 75-30 in the first round back on February 24th. It's been fun this season, and hopefully we broke in a new face here in Jason Session. Hopefully he'll come back next year and help you out. And hopefully we can pick up right where we left off this season and move on to another successful season for Norristown basketball.